Okay, that was hilarious. Yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, it's Adrienne. Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. And I love this song. Oh my gosh, I love this song. I could party to this song at home all by myself because it's such a party. Yes. It's Saturday night and I'm happy. I'm happy, y'all. Yes. Let's do this. We're going to find out where the planets are and why I'm happy. And if you're happy too, I hope you're happy as well, okay? I don't even have my headsets on. I'm just partying. I'm just having a good time over here. Okay, let's see. Why is this not looking like it's in the right place? Hold on, let me see. That's really strange. Okay, let me do this. Okay, I'm cutting the music off because the music was playing, but it was not showing the timing or anything. And I'm thinking, I can't adjust the sound. Like I couldn't. So I don't know if you heard me at all while I was partying, and I'm just going to cut the music off altogether because I want to talk. And if I don't cut it off, I don't think you'll be able to hear anything I have to say. I really don't. So one of the things I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up where the planets are. I just want to see where the planets are. Like, where are the planets? Oh, that's what it is. Hold up, hold up, hold up. That's what it is. I see it. I see it. Oh my goodness. That's what it was. That makes me want to just put the party back on. So let me just put the music back on. Hold on. It just makes me want to party again. Hold on, hold on. Hey! Let's party. Yes. We're gonna do this. Yeah. Let's party, y'all. Yeah. All right. Let's party. Hey. I love where the planets are right now. It's a party right now. At least for me, I'm partying, y'all. No wonder I can't stop. Okay, let me tell you something. Right this very moment, what's going on is that, let me cut this down some more. The sun is exactly trying the moon. I mean, exactly. The sun is at 29 degrees of Capricorn and the moon is at 29 degrees of Virgo. Now, the beautiful part for me is that 29 degrees of Capricorn is sitting in my first house. So the sun is in my first house on my south node. So me coming out and partying and being this crazy blonde woman is, I guess, part of who I am because I just had an urge to come out and do it. I don't even know exactly what I'm going to talk about tonight, but I knew I was coming out and I knew I was going to do something. And I just knew it was going to be fun. I don't know why. Now, I can give you an idea of what could be setting up some of the fun. Let me cut the music off. Hold on, let me do that. So here's one of the things that could be setting up some of the fun. We've got Uranus at 23 degrees of Taurus. So Uranus at 23 degrees of Taurus is creating what they call a grand trine. That's because the sun and moon both get a 10-degree orb. They're in a grand trine with Uranus. Anything is possible right now. The sun and moon are trine Uranus. It is a grand trine. It is amazing. I feel it. And probably because I was personally born with an Earth grand trine. I was born with my sun and moon trine and in a grand trine with Pluto in the eighth house. I kid you not. It's a grand Earth trine and a grand Waterhouse trine, which is probably why I'm a psychic or why I do what I do or have whatever these impressions are. I don't like saying I'm a psychic. I've got a whole little series I'm going to post about that I do not like saying I'm a psychic. I don't profess to be that. And I always say I'm not Sloan because that is not my claim to fame. I'm an astrologer. And there's a big difference. I think there's some people who are entertainers and there's some people who are astrologers or totally different things. Okay. Although I do think of myself as an entertainer, but that's because I have my Mars and Leo at birth. That's why. Okay. Anyway, we've got this grand trine going on, right? Like that's amazing, the grand trine. But then you guys, we've got a kite. We've got both, okay, Mars at 25 degrees of Cancer. And then we've got Neptune at 27 degrees of Pisces. In other words, both Neptune and Pisces, or it's creating what they call the hand of God. Okay, so right now, because what happens is the Mars is opposed the Sun and sextile the Moon, and the Neptune is opposed the Moon and sextile the Sun. I hope you guys are getting what's going on. It's an amazing moment. And I feel it. It's like this crazy energy. And I don't know if anyone else is feeling the energy. Now, Venus is sitting on Saturn right now, exactly too, at 16 degrees of Pisces. And that could be setting up, because, you know, Pisces is copacetic with Capricorn. It's not so much with Virgo, but it is with Capricorn. It's not really making an aspect to anything. So it's just Saturn sitting on Venus or Venus sitting on Saturn. I see. I want to tell you how I think it's playing out in my own life, but I don't want to expose too much because I'm an older woman. But I don't want to say too much. If I have to keep it secret. But man, that Venus Saturn thing is real. It is. I just also realized that Venus and Saturn are sitting on my progressed sun. That's why this is happening to me. But it's interesting, by the way. Anyway, I love what's going on with the sun and moon right now. It's really positive. It's really flowing. So I wonder what you're doing, like in your life. What's going on? Like, is there something going on in your life that is flowing, that is harmonious? Are you working on something that would be in that harmonious or flowing vibe? Like for me, I'm thinking, oh, this feels kind of good. Like what's going on right here feels mighty good. So we'll see how this plays out. Now Mercury is at 15 degrees. Oh, that's the other thing. Mercury is sitting on my sun. And Mercury is also sextile this Venus and Saturn. Mercury is at 15 degrees of Capricorn, and Venus is at 16 degrees of Pisces. Saturn is at 16 degrees of Pisces. It's a beautiful sextile between both planets, or all three. They're all, it's a beautiful sextile. Conjunction with Venus and Saturn, and then both sextiling Mercury. I just feel like this might be a time when people are able to talk about love. Maybe this, maybe whatever seriousness there is in love, but I just feel like the way it might play out is relationships between younger and older people. Is it just me because I'm older, or is this really something that's happening? Because I have been seeing more, and of course myself experiencing more of the younger and the older. Now, it's pretty common, especially amongst as people gain in stature. They tend, older men have for years gone after younger women. It just seems to be something that happens when a man gets to a certain age. They get rid of the younger and go for the older, maybe because they feel older, and so it makes them feel younger when they have a younger partner. And I can understand that mindset. It is said that people who are have okay, let me put it in a way this people who have younger partners are younger in spirit, and people with older partners are more mature in spirit. So the more mature tend toward an older partner, and those who want to have a younger, less immature experience tend toward younger partners. I hope that makes sense, right? Okay. Because there's someone who's leaning toward me who is younger, but they are very mature. And so they might have had you know, some people are not good or happy with immature people or conversation. So, but I have noticed that there have been just more of that, of older women with younger men than I have ever really experienced. But it might be because I'm older. But I do remember there was that cougar era where that was a big thing back in the day, where the cougars were, as they called them, were very active at that time. And so that was a thing. But like I said, I think men have been dating younger women for quite some time. And it just seems to be part of what we have accepted. It just feels weird to see so many younger women or older women with younger men. But I feel that women are aging differently than they did for many years. And I heard a older man say this, and maybe for some women it's true. Some women don't take care of themselves, and by the time they're my age, it's over. Like it's no, I mean, unless they go and get some kind of surgery, and I would love to have surgery. Like if anyone would be willing to pay for my skin surgery, I am more than willing to go through it, especially if it'll salvage our relationship. I just want to put that out there. But years ago, I guess they didn't have things like surgeries and stuff like that and makeup. Because you guys, I know a lot of people always ask me, have you had surgery? I'm like, I've never had any surgeries whatsoever. None, except to get a ovary removed once, like 30 years ago, 20 years ago. But I'm open to it. You see what I mean? I want to remove whatever remaining skin from losing 170 pounds. That's a lot of weight to lose. And I would like to have a tight body. I don't. I have a body of a person who lost 170 pounds. So I want to fix that if that can be possible, but that takes money. I mean, I know that those skin surgeries are possible, but it takes money. But little things like that. I think these are the little things that we worry about as in general as people, but it's particularly something you think about if you're a woman and you're within or considering dating younger than your age. I It takes courage. It does. It takes courage and fortitude to hang in there and just, and be confident in yourself. I'm still confident in myself. But I can see how that can be a problem because there's one video, it was something I saw on YouTube, and it was a man, and I guess he was critiquing some women who were saying, "Oh, I'm good, I'm better, and why aren't I this, and why haven't I been married, and da 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 da." And he was saying how women lose their value as they get older. And I guess in a way, depending on what you're looking for, he's right. I mean, when I was younger, I dated older men because older men go after younger women. It's a thing. I don't know why, but I experienced it. There were older men that dated me. I remember once when I was like 19, I dated a guy at 42, and my family, they just gasped like, oh. And I was just always like, I don't care, like is the person cute? Am I attracted to them? Are they attracted to me? Are we feeling each other? That's all I ever worried about. But not everybody is like that. And, it causes a problem sometimes. And now that I'm older and I feel guilt because I think it might have been the same conversation or thread where it was saying, yeah, but when older, or something to the effect that if older women are dating younger men, or like they're just predators or something. And there's always this vibe, like you don't want to date too young. In my opinion, that's just the way I feel. But I just remember I'm a big Bible girl. Like I know I'm an astrologer, but I'm a Bible girl. So I remember reading verses in the Bible. I think it was Proverbs or Ecclesiastes or somewhere in there. Anyway, they were specifically warning about older women going for younger men. So there is a lot of, I mean, I know I'm not that kind of person, but there's still a lot of caution in that respect, although the world has changed so much. And I mean, I think Cher's boyfriend is in his 30s and she's in her 70s. And I mean, it's all over. If you look for it, it's happening everywhere. And so it's one of those things where you just have to get over it. Like, I'm just thinking, like, I'm just going to get over it for now and then just be myself. Because I realize when I think of my own self, because this is going to sound so strange because the age difference is so weird. There's another guy who has been kind of chatting or chatted, and much older, much older. And I realize I sounds bad saying it, but I wanted to try for the young one. That's so bad. See, and this is what happens. And this is what happens with us women too. So imagine that's what's going on. Like after a while, there's all the younger. I thought about it like every year there's going to be a new batch of 18-year-olds, right? Every year, and they're perfect. They're in perfect condition. To me, like 18 to 21 is the most perfect time. Well, 18 to 23, because I love 23 too. 23 was great. But I think 18 to 23 is perfect. I think once you get to like 25, it starts fading. Like the reality of the world and seriousness and responsibility starts to set in. By 27, and this is not a joke. I shouldn't laugh because by 27, there is the curse of 27. By 27, a lot have killed themselves. I am seriously worried about Ice Spice because I did a thing about the most hated sign because I found out she was a Capricorn. And she's only 25 and her hatred is off the chart for 25. But I seem to remember with Amy Winehouse, she went through quite a similar thing. She had a big spike in her career. She did really, really good, made money, got famous. And then there was this constant barrage of people who were either making fun of her or saying she was, a drug addict or whatever. And she wasn't getting the help that she needed. She was getting, social media abuse. And of course, we all saw what happened to her. So I'm very, concerned about her. I know people love to hate others, and I get that, but I worry about us not watching the signs. Okay. Watch the signs. And even with her weight loss, I could see if she was like me. I was, you know, I was over 300 pounds when they put me on Ozempic. I was starting to gain my weight back. And anyone who knows my story knows that at one point in my life, I was over 500 pounds. I had a heroic weight loss back in 2014, 2015, where I lost like 300 pounds. Like, who does that? I did it by sheer work and willpower. I think Saturn was in Capricorn at that time. I kid you not. And I just lost 300 pounds. I worked like a dog. I danced for hours. I mean, I was relentless. Okay. And I wasn't eating much. I used to call it Paleo Spartan. I had I was actually selling my Paleo Spartan videos, and because I lost 300 pounds. It really did it. But staying Paleo Spartan is not good for you. And I did end up in a hospital. They discovered a blood disease, and it probably was because I lost 300 pounds. That's a lot of weight for your body to try to metabolize all the whatever you lose when you lose 300 pounds. So that was, I had to go on infusions at the cancer center for a couple of years. And I got through all of that. I kept this weight off for like 10 years. Not like I gained it right back, but over the course of time, I slowly, a little bit here, a little bit there. And a few years ago, I guess 18 months ago about, I went to the doctors and realized, oh my gosh, back up to 300 and some pounds. And he's like, let's try this. There's this thing out, and you got diabetes too, and it's coming back because it used to be bad, and I had managed it with weight loss. And so I was, okay, I'll try anything. And that's how it worked. I went on Ozempic, and 18 months later, I'm 170 pounds, maybe more. I was supposed to get weighed on the 5th, was it the 15th or 13th? I think the 15th. And first of all, that was the full moon. And I'm not stupid. Like it was after Christmas. It was after my birthday. It was after New Year's, where I had black eyed peas and collard greens for New Year's. We had ham for Christmas. I've been eating. I had my little cupcake, my birthday cupcakes for my birthday. And I was like, I'm not going to get weighed right now. Like, I know that sounds horrible, and I hope my doctor doesn't ever see this video. My goodness. But I figured the psychological damage it would have done if I had gained weight instead of lost weight from our last. I don't know if I am in a place to psychologically have handled that. So I've already got an appointment scheduled for March. So I figure I'd just wait till that one and go in then, and we'll see what happens then. And I can tell I probably haven't gained anything major because I just, there's some pants that I could not wear at all the last time I got weighed. And they're size 12s, but they don't have like the elastic or, the give in them. And I had tried on a bunch of jean outfits today and to try to see where I was. And the only jeans that are 12s that don't fit are those skinny jeans. The squint, the really skinny, because I don't like the way they feel on my legs. My legs are still big, a little. And I'm like, no. So I'm not ready. I'm like, we'll come back in February. But there's a couple mediums that I guess, because the clothes that I have, this is going to sound so weird. The clothes that I have to wear for my weight loss are basically like clothes that I'm getting from my daughter, because my daughter had been 300 and some pounds, and then she had a gastric bypass, and she got down to a size 8. Now she fluctuates now between like a 12 and a 10, but all the mediums and 10s and 12s and or 8s or whatever I got, I think I had something as small as a 6 in my bags, but all of those clothes are clothes from when she had her big weight loss. And then she's given them to me because I'm still like I'm Ozempicing right now. So, it's hard to buy clothes when you're going from size to size. Now, luckily, I've stayed around between a 10 and a 14 during this whole process. And I don't know if I'm going to go below a 10 without having the stomach surgery because there's still the extra loose skin. Now, of course, if I starve myself, but I'm afraid, I don't want to get, what's the word? I don't want to be bony. I want to be sexy. You see what I mean? I don't want to get bony. I don't want to be an Ozempic horror story. The only reason I look good from it, I think, is because I was 300 pounds. I lost 170 some pounds so far. Like most people would be a cadaver, right? So I that's the only reason I do not look like a cadaver is because I was 300 and some pounds. And I actually needed it. I don't know if everybody going on Ozempic needs it like that, like to the point where you become a cadaver. Like I don't, because I mean, me and my doctor, we were already talking about an exit plan. Like I think in March, like if I go in there and I'm like, because he says about 40 to 50 of the pounds on me have got to be loose skin. So he's really worried about me getting too small. And so I'm always like, I don't want to go under 165, 160. The only reason is if 50 pounds are loose skin, then I would only be 110 pounds. See, and I want to be careful. Right now, I'm trying to be the around 170, which would make me 120-ish, right? But I don't want to be at, I don't want to put myself in jeopardy. Like I don't want to get so small like that if I get sick or if it's just skin that I've taken away all my major nutrients and all those things because I'm older. This makes me want to talk about stuff. Okay, we're going to talk. Let's talk for a second. Because the next moon is happening on my Saturn in my first house in Aquarius at 9 degrees in some minutes. I don't do y'all know about this new moon coming up in Aquarius? So it's going to be happening at 9 degrees and 34 minutes or something, like 9 degrees and 54 minutes or something like that. And my Saturn at birth is Aquarius 10 degrees and some minutes. Okay. So it's happening on my Saturn, basically in my first house. So it's all going to be about my first house. So I'm like, okay, that's your physical self, that's your body, that's about feeling good about who you are. And, is my confidence going to be affected? Because like I said, over here flirting with this younger man. I don't know if this younger man realizes, like, ooh, I'm getting something a little bit older. I mean, the wine, it gets better when it gets older, but everybody don't get better when they get older. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm already aware of this and I'm thinking, okay, I got to prepare. Sorry, my nose is itching. I'm trying. My nose keeps itching. Anyway, I'm trying to prepare myself for this in a way so that it doesn't affect me. Like because, at this point, I have no expectations on anything. And I think that might be another reason why they like older women. We don't have any expectations at all. I've been married 3 times. I too old for babies. You ain't gonna have to worry about that. And I been married 3 times. I ain't trying to sweat you about that. And I don't got no expectations about nothing because this is completely unexpected. You know what I'm saying? So I think, when you get to a certain age, you just approach the whole thing about, men and women differently altogether. It's altogether different. Anyway, that. And of course, Saturn in the first house, I don't want to, it may be that I need to make sure I watch what I eat. Like I've got a hamburger that I defrosted because I had these hamburger buns and this hamburger, but the buns are gonna go bad. I'm gonna have to flush it down the sink just like I've been doing for a lot of things. And I don't want to waste food like that. I'm tired. I actually wanted hamburger. So I'm hoping that I can have it and that these buns aren't already too disgusting. Because anyway, so I this Saturn in Aquarius is going to affect a couple of things. Okay. I think I'm not going to do a whole Aquarius Saturn right now tonight. I'll do it on Wednesday, right? Because we got time. I think we got time. Otherwise, I'll come back and do it later. But Saturn in Aquarius it's something. I'm born with it, so I can kind of talk about this area of like 10 degrees of Aquarius. I'm going to actually do this too. Hold on. I want you guys to hear it, and I don't want to just say it and we'll talk about it once I read this, okay? Because I want you guys to hear what it says. So I'm going to read both 9 and 10 degrees of Aquarius in the Sabian Symbols in Astrology by Dr. Mark Edmund Jones. So this is a flag turned into an eagle. This is a symbol of a man's inexhaustibility, fertile imagination, or genius for significant self-representation, and of his capacity for rising to every situation in the terms of its most rewarding potentials. Here is his contribution of enduring purpose to all things by his vision of their worth and his determination to make this evident through every ramification of his own personal living. The loyalties of human beings are the foundation of any possible society, and any individual prospers as he springs to action in their defense. The key word is dramatization. When positive, the degree is accomplishment through utter dedication, and when negative, vindictive and pride. Now, here's Aquarius 10, because this is where I have my Saturn, but because this is happening at 9 degrees and 34 minutes, or 9 degrees and 54 minutes, we definitely need to look at 10 as well, because this is basically 10, and that's going to be big. I just realized that this is what my 10 degrees of Saturn means. Okay, listen to this, you guys. A popularity that proves ephemeral. I've got my, and it's my chart ruler. So this must be my entire message. Okay, listen to this, you guys. A popularity that proves ephemeral. This is the symbol of the eternal challenge which comes to an individual at every point of climax in his experience. Ooh. And the swing of the pendulum between an endorsement and a repudiation of his efforts by his social group. I feel that. He must learn to accept the applause as encouragement in his self-strengthening, but to look for any continuous sustainment from his own stability of being. A courageous self-confidence and an unflagging faith are worthy of recognition, but only in their moment of significance. The key word is approbation. When positive, the degree is a gift for bringing the issues of life to a dramatic consummation at the time of crisis. And when negative, prodigal opportunism. What's prodigal opportunism? So let me look at, what is 206 and 429? Hold on, what does it say, 206? What is that? What do they mean, 206 and 429? Where would I find that? What is that formula? What is he talking about, Dr. Mark Edmund Jones? Oh, is he saying, oh, if it was there? No, my Saturn is not there. Okay, let me check something else. He must be talking of something else here. What would this be? No, this can't be anything here. This must be some kind of code. I do remember there was a code, and I can't remember it when Saturn is here. But I want to look up the word approbation, because I want to know exactly what they're talking about. See, this is what I'm sorry, you guys. I'm all investigating on your time. But let's see what it means, right? We want to see. So okay. So approbation is approval, or it's like approval or praise. The opera met with high approbation. Something or agreement to it. Approval, support, favor, praise. Okay, I get it. What is the difference between approbation and approval? Approbation and approval have the same general meaning. Assenting to or declaring as good, sanction, commendation, but approbation is stronger and more positive. We may be anxious for the approbation of our friends, but we should still be more anxious for the approval of our own consciences. And I get it. So let me tell you how this has worked out and why I know that I get it. You see, I just made a video just the other day, and I said, even in that video, and you can go back and check, and I said something to the effect that I'm a new astrologer, or an older astrologer. I've been at this for ages. I've been at this for 40 years. I don't look at like it, but I have. I've done this. I've had my websites. I've done thousands of readings. I've done everything. But if you look at my channel had just lost like 1,600 followers this past month. Like it lost 1,600 followers. I since November, December, or whatever. I did. I have barely any followers, and I'm thinking, but why? I know what I'm talking about. I'm a professional astrologer. I am real. I'm the real thing. I have a real website. I'm not a fly by night. I tell the truth. I've been at this for years. I've helped hundreds of people. What's going on? This is what they're talking about. This is part of this particular thing you might experience, but I have experienced it all my life. And why? Because my Saturn, my chart ruler, is sitting on approbation. That means I have always felt that I've got, oh, okay, hey, let's get into this conversation. So I believe, and I have always believed, and although I've had healing for it, and there are healings for it, there are a couple of different people who specialize in healing this, that I have suffered from what they call the witch's wound. The witch's wound. I picked up my cellulite because I feel like I need to be cleared right now. I have suffered from the witch's wound. And what is the witch's wound? Well, the witch's wound is a wound that many women feel that they have carried over from prior lifetimes from being witches. I feel it distinctly. I don't feel it fit in. Now, it could be that because I got Aquarius in the first house in the first place, but then I've got Mars in Aquarius, and then I've got Saturn in Aquarius, and that Saturn is my chart ruler because I'm a double Capricorn. So the thing is, I have felt most of my life one of two things: either extreme support or lack of support. And there is usually nothing in between. People either love me or they hate me. They accept me or they don't. And I have been waiting for my moment of acceptance on YouTube for like 7 years, I think it is, 8 years. I ain't got it yet. And that is part of that where I have to do it because it says to go with your own conscience. I have to do what it is I'm doing because I want to do it, because I love it, because it means something to me to come and say what it is I have to say. Not because I need your approval, not because I need your approbation, but because my heart wants to say said thing. That it means more to me to say said thing than your approval or lack of. I can't tell you how many times I've come on live somewhere and gotten things like, "You look like Michael Jackson," or "What's wrong with your face?" or "What are you talking about?" or "Astrology isn't real," or anything like that. Like, I get that kind of stuff a lot. And I can tell you, I some of that stuff hurts, especially when you're doing something and it's like genius and that's all they see. That's all they hear. They don't get it at all. Like, you just did like your best show ever, and that's all they see is like you're pale. They don't see like or hear what you've said. They don't get it. They don't understand it, or they don't see your value, if that makes sense. And so this whole thing about approbation or approval, I get that. I get that vibe of feeling like I'm never going to be good enough. Now, some of us are carrying the witch's wound. And the witch's wound, you kind of feel like you're an outcast. You were an outcast in a prior lifetime, if you believe in that. And to the point where you were burned or drowned or shunned or whatever it might have been. So here you are in this lifetime carrying around the wound, the pain, the memory somewhere deep in your cells and DNA of being this burnt or drowned or abused witch. And there are many of us who have gravitated toward work as spiritualists and healers and astrologers and tarot readers and psychics and mediums and all kind of things. And we still feel that because it's inherent in us. We were attracted to this work because we came from that path. We are probably, most likely, the reincarnated souls of those witches. And some of us can still feel that. Now, I have I guess I'm going to do it now. I'll see if I can find it. If not, I'll add it. Okay. If I can't find it, oh, I did. I did just do it. Oh, I think it was about being a healer. It might not be the one I'm thinking about with the witch's wound, though, but it was something about being a healer. And let me see if I can share this so you guys can see it. I just did it not that long ago. I just don't think I've added it to YouTube yet. Well, if I can add it in here before I go, then you can be the first to watch it before I add it into YouTube as its own video. So let me see if I can. Yeah, here it is. So let me see if but I don't think this, I think this is more the ability to heal yourself and others. I'm wondering if it says anything about the witch's wound in this. I'm just, for some reason, let me see what this says. Hold on, you guys. Okay, so we're going to make this so you guys can see it.
Activating the ability to heal self and...
Oh, sorry, you guys. It started without my approval. And I'm going to share this so you guys can see. Hope you can see it. It's not letting me move the screen. I'm frustrated by that. Okay, there it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. Share screen. What is it going to let me do? Okay, here we go. All right, here it goes. I made this the other day, and I think this has something to do about healers and making ourselves sick, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the witch's wound. Let's see.
Activating the ability to heal self and others. Some of us carry an unconscious, or sometimes even conscious, embedded belief that we simply cannot heal or be healed by others. We believe that sickness, pain, and struggle will bring us closer to God or serve to help us expand and reach our highest potential as healers. This belief often manifests as persistent illness. It causes healers to remain sick in their own bodies, even as they heal others. So this alignment will clear your beliefs, oaths, and vows that you must suffer in some way, experience illness, or feel any kind of emotional or spiritual pain to live and work as a gifted healer. This alignment also activates your cells and DNA with the natural ability to be physically, emotionally, and spiritually healed and to heal others. So, divine love and light, create a sacred life of healing. Creator, change it.
So this one I just did, I guess that was just about the healing part, but I think even that there are some of us who feel that either we don't have a right to heal, that we don't have an ability to heal, or that somehow we must suffer for helping others to heal. That's part of that too. That's all part of it. If we have a natural ability to heal, I almost feel like it's our duty to help others. Like if I have a way to help save someone or help someone to not be in pain or in fear or confusion, I just feel like I would feel horrible if I didn't let them know I can help you with that. And I feel like this is part of it. Like there's definitely a witch's wound though, which is a little bit different. And I'm going to probably make a video now because it just now that I know that this is part of it, and this whole approbation coming up for this full moon, or excuse me, new moon in Aquarius coming up. I just feel like I've got to talk about it. You know what I mean? The new moon coming up, I think is that the 21st or 23rd, one of the other. And we'll talk about it then. But yeah, yeah, that means I definitely have to, what day is that coming up? I'll get the right date because I'm thinking if we had it has to be the 28th or 29th. And the reason I said that is because the full moon, it has to be the 29th because the full moon was on the 15th. So it'll be, I think, the 29th, I think. I'll give you the exact dates in a little bit. But we'll be talking about that. I'll make a video about that, about approval, approbation, witches' wounds, abilities, psychic abilities, your ability to heal yourself and others, and whatever gifts you might have been given at birth because you may have reincarnated, and maybe a little bit of talk about the reincarnation, what it means, and how it might affect us in this lifetime. One of the things I learned as a healer was that some of us are, and this is sort of what I guess why I brought up this video, was we're carrying around these oaths and vows and contracts from prior lifetimes and believing that we have to follow through with these old oaths and vows that we made to suffer or whatever. And it doesn't apply anymore. You know, it's not in this lifetime. We don't have to do that now. And so it's a matter of healing some of the wounds and some of the core messages that some of us carry around from like birth. You know, a lot of the things that most of us carry is because we heard things that our parents said or witnessed things that our parents did as youngins. And so it follows us and it kind of haunts us. So we have to clear that out too. So there's a lot of reasons why people come to a healer, because there are things we carry. We carry a lot of subconscious stuff. And most of us are not even aware of what we're doing subconsciously. I know I got stuff. I'm still clearing my own gunk. We just have it. It's just part of who we are and how our subconscious mind works to compartmentalize those things that it really has a hard time dealing with or handling. It just can't comprehend certain things, head on. It needs to do weird subconscious things so that we survive, I guess, some of the pain that's within us. Anyway, this is interesting, and I definitely am going to talk about these things because I think dealing with things like approval and approbation and stuff like that is going to be major. Now, let me just say this. How do I even say it? Because, we'll be in the Trump era at the end of the month. And there's, I don't even know how to talk about it anymore. I just know I'm not watching TV on like right now, my TV's off. The 19th and the 20th, I will not be watching television. I just am not. And also, I feel like one of the other things is Well, we'll see what the approbation is like or approval is like once they're president. Um, I don't know if everybody if he got all the votes that he supposedly got, but we'll see, right? Because if he has a high approval rating and people like him and they're the ones who voted for him, then he'll be cool. Everything will be okay. We'll have no problems. If there was some kind of underhanded thing going on, then there's going to be a whole bunch of not happy people for 4 years, and we'll have to deal with that in whatever way we deal with that. I'm going to just be quiet because I feel like at this point, well, there's a couple of reasons I'm going to be quiet. Now, I'm just going to say this in case some of you are wondering, like, I remember she used to talk about politics. Why doesn't she do it anymore? The biggest thing is that I am a, although not practicing, I'm a Mormon. I am not the best Mormon. I'm what they call a Jack Mormon because I don't go often. Although the missionaries are always trying to get me back in church. But I've been baptized and my daughter was baptized and I was in a church for over 30 years. So I'm Mormon. And one of the things that we as Mormons believe is that, you know, once it's the president, we give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Well, I'm not going to mess with that man. He's the president. I mean, why would I do that? I didn't mess with Joe Biden. I'm not going to mess with him. As long as he's president, right? I can't, that's not in me. I just feel like if, you know, if he does bad or whatever, I'll talk the truth. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to make that anything of because it's, you know, it's over. That's the way I look at it, but I just might be wrong. Like to me, it's over. Like everything. Like is America over? Yeah. Is the election over? Yeah. Is you know it's over. I don't know. I mean, if we survive 4 years, great. If we don't, I told you so. I mean, I don't know. I said what I had to say. You don't know what I had to say. Go back and look at all my old videos. I didn't say it. I don't need to go back and say it anymore because now he done been elected and there ain't nothing we can do to change that unless some kind of miracle comes out of the sky. I don't know if that's going to happen and makes a change to whatever has occurred because something has occurred. I don't necessarily, I have said that I think we went on to a different timeline. And I think because we went on to a different timeline, that it disrupted everything. And no one understands what I'm talking about, but some people will. Like there have been since the election and this weird, we jumped into another timeline, parallel universe, something. There have been literal, like, what looks like alien war going on in the night sky in places like North Carolina. Have you seen that? Of course, there's the drones from Jersey. Like, no one even to this day understands what happened with all those drones. And um, I'm just sensing that we called in some things from other dimensions that shouldn't be here or we shouldn't be dealing with. I saw this video. By the way, if you guys wonder like what is Adrienne talking about? What is Adrienne on? Look, go to my website, gregarious1.com. Gregarious1, the number one. Gregarious, the number one.com. Gregarious, the number one.com. Gregarious, the number one. I just put up two. Number one.com. When you go there, I have kind of picked up some of these videos that I've seen like on YouTube and TikTok or whatever and put all of the weird videos like the parallel universes and the creepy videos and all that kind of stuff there because first of all I think they're fun and second is that you can't believe some of the things you're seeing or hearing in some of those videos and so I suggest you all go and check out those videos because they're fun to watch and you'll be amazed at some of the stuff that um, people have gotten footage of and shared in places like YouTube and TikTok. It is, it's, it's weird. It's weird. I'm sorry, it just is. So I hope you go and check it out. Of course, you can find most of those videos on YouTube, but then there's commercials, and then you got to find them. And so go to gregarious1.com and just you'll see them. Anyway, that's that. Because I do look for the weird universe. I got a group somewhere. It's called hold on. Maybe I'll get the link for you guys. Is it here? I don't think I've got it open right now. It's like metaphysical. Here it is. Metaphysical and alternative realities. Yeah, it's at community.com. Metaphysical and alternative realities. I'm gonna copy this link and stick it up so other people can come join me. I'm amazed that most of the people who have joined me seem like they are from foreign countries. So I would like to see some Americans join me that don't look like they are from like Sweden or Austria or Germany, or Switzerland. So if we can get some Americans to join me, that would be great. Because I think we also believe in metaphysical and alternative realities too. It's just that I don't think a lot of people talk about it that much here in America as they do in some of the outside nations. But I feel like we've gotten to a place now where more people are open to ideas of like, wait a minute, this is weird. Something really strange is going on. This is inexplicable. We're looking at inexplicable things that don't make sense. And I just feel like we're in a time where something weird has either happened or is happening. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's what I'm doing. And I don't think I'm doing readings or anything. I'm just going to talk about that. I'm just thinking that because, like I said, the next moon is going to be new in Aquarius. And that's a weird moon. That's going to show all the weirdness. If there is alternative or metaphysical or alternative realities, we're going to feel it. And not to mention the fact that we're at 29 degrees of Capricorn right now and at this very minute. And Pluto is at 1 degree. That means tomorrow, the sun most likely is going to be on Pluto. It's already conjuncted, but it's going to be exactly at 1 degree of Pluto. 0 degrees or 1 degree of Pluto. And man, we've got some weird stuff, I think, that's going to be happening over the next few weeks. Just get ready for it. Weird stuff. You thought the fires in California were weird? That's just the beginning. Yeah, the North Node's at 29 degrees of Pisces. The North Node is sextile the sun and opposed the moon right now, but 29 degrees all over the place. And that is going to be a very weird place for the North Node to be. So, like I said, expect some weird things to happen over the next couple of weeks. Don't be surprised. I'm serious. Don't be shocked by whatever is weird out of the blue. It makes no sense. It's like totally like, what? Yeah, that kind of thing. It's going to be a whole lot of what? What? Yeah. I fully expect to see a lot of that. Like, yeah, yeah. So anyway, this has been Adrienne. I just realized I came out without changing my outfit, but that's okay. I've been trying to hide the fact that I worked out before I went live. This has been Adrienne. I am Capricorntigress of Astrology, A Look Inside. That's Astrology, A Look Inside. And if you haven't already been there, go and check out my website because I love my website. I haven't even been to my website. My last blog is like 2 months old, 3 months old, but I will go and do something. I have not done anything in a while at the website, but I will. But go check out our shop there. We've got a shop there and there's lots of different things you can purchase, and see what I offer as far as readings and things like that. So go check that out. And I mentioned Gregarious one, so go check that out as well. Also, if you like to order a reading, you can actually schedule your own reading without going to the website. You can schedule the actual reading because when you order a reading from the website, I have to get first a notice, then I have to contact you, find out when you're available. You have to find out when I'm available, and it takes a minute to schedule. So to avoid all of that, I just tell people to go to Calendly, and you can go to calendly.com/astrology, a look inside. That's calendly.com/astrology, a look inside. Okay. So be sure to go and do that if you want to get a reading. And I would love to do a personal professional reading for you. I would love that. Okay. Anyway, again, it's been Adrienne. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I hope you had a great new moon or full moon in Cancer, and you're not going to get too emotional over any of those things uh, because it's an emotional couple of weeks. So there might be some emotion, but check out my full moon readings. I'm going to finish uploading those because that's how you're going to be affected by the full moon over the next couple of weeks until the 29th or whenever it's going to be. Okay. Anyway, it's been Adrienne. It's been fun. Much love to everybody. Many blessings. Thank you for letting me run my mouth and talk about stuff that I don't know if any of you guys have been thinking about until you listen to me. Okay. Much love to you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.